today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to take a look at the guitar. But before we get into that, I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel. Click on the notification bell. Your interaction with us helps us interact with great people in the industry. And in this case, we went to our friends at Zzounds and said, we want some PRS guitars. And we had several in, but tonight we're looking at the PRS SE Studio.
Right here.
A new offering from PRS.
And what a liquor.
It is. It's a nice looking guitar.
So we don't get into the geeky stuff so much. First of all, if Paul Reed Smith himself would happen to watch us, you're killing us. Just
too many at once.
Yeah, killing us. Because they're good. We're starting with the Studio tonight. There's two other guitars in here that we got in the shipment that are killing me because they're kind of modeled after the one that's like the one PRS I don't have that would love to have. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we'll get into it later. This is the Studio. We'll start with the things we like. I'm just going to say it. It's a PRS. That's what I like.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the neck feels like home to me. It's very comfortable. It just feels like, what I'm used to playing because off channel, a good bit of the time I'm playing my McCarty.
Right.
So, other than that, I thought the tremolo worked really nice. The pickups are cool. We'll talk more about the pickups maybe in a little bit. I like the volume knob placement, and I like one of the things I really like about PRS is the taper on the volume knob. Mm-hmm. How you can roll it back and clean up. When we do my jam later, you'll hear me just take gobs of gain and roll it back and get this nice tone I thought out of it. For you, I'm not going to take up a whole bunch of stuff tonight. You probably...
It's kind of rare that this shipment of guitars came right when you were about to leave for a week. So I came over and grabbed them. And so it's kind of unusual, but I've played 2 gigs with this guitar. I've played each of the guitars we got in 2 times in gig situations, and it performed really nicely. It was really comfortable to play. It's the 5815 LTS, so these are all the Indonesian versions of the 5815, and these are the Narrowfield Deep Dish S. So I think the pickups were great. The selection's great. You got to push-pull to split this in combinations. And so while we're talking about the pickups, let's just get right into it. We're each going to take a clean pass with this guitar, and I'll go first, and we just start in the bridge, and then we split it, and then we go to 2, and we unsplit it, and then split it, and then we just go down the neck. So this is what we played to give you an idea what the pickups sound like.
For my first clip here, I'm going to do the same thing. Just walk through the pickups same way Pat did. I got to say, the Narrowfields are kind of new to them. To me, we have those in our NF3, which I played very minimally because we did an episode on it and you took it. Yeah, I've been playing it. I'm not sure. Somebody in the comments, can you tell us? Like, I think they're their own thing. Like, maybe some P90-ish, maybe some mini humbucker-ish, maybe some single-coil, but it's kind of like they're their own thing. So you're going to hear them a little bit here, too.
So one other thing we like to do, and it's pretty common in guitar reviews, is how does the guitar take drive? How do the pickups sound with drive? So I grabbed the Keeley Blues Disorder. It's in a hybrid setting and went through that same combination of pickups from the back to the front. And this is what it sounds like with drive.
For those of you who've been with us for a while, this is kind of new, both of us doing clean, both of us doing a quick drive sound. By request, we listened to you. There was somebody who was like, a lot of pedals, but give us more of this stuff. So I wanted to get a drive pedal. I think we both did. We're looking for like a drive pedal, be kind of in that common thing. You see a lot of clones on people's boards, whether they're Klon clones, Behringer clones, maybe. Maybe.
Can't afford one of those now either.
Yeah. So I actually grabbed the Archer Select, which is a great Klon type style pedal, and from J Rocket Audio, and worked through the pickups again. Whenever we're trying out a new guitar, we always like to take it for a jam. I took it for the first spin, and I don't know what I used because
The jury's still out.
the jury's still out. I actually, Pat frequently lately has been saying, you got to grab that vintage modern, right? So I had this Lovepedal vintage modern pedal that always sounds great, and it sounded great tonight. But then after I played through that, big surprise, I grabbed the Barber Electronics Direct Drive and put it on because that's more like home bass. Mm-hmm. We got the DLS Echo Tour, had a Tyler, Fender kind of style, Tyler JT22 sent back here. That's really home bass for me. And I'm thinking the clip I'm going to pick is this because I really like the way this pedal cleans up when you roll the volume back. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to be able to show that. But we will see. You'll see in about 10 seconds after Pat tells you what he played to back up this.
Well, I'll say that I played through the Fender, and I grabbed the Blues Disorder because it was already sitting here on the board, and we wanted to put a little something under there. And then I grabbed one of the other guitars that we got in, the PRS S2. That's not the S2, I'm sorry. The PRS Special SE. And so I
Special
played,
22? We'll get there.
Yeah. We weren't ready for that part, but I decided to play it. Gave you a sneak preview.
Here's the clip.
All right, one thing we like to do too is grab some pedals off the shelf back here. A lot of times they're pedals that came from a series that we have. The Beard has one of our older t-shirts on that does not have a chorus pedal on it, but we do have a chorus series now. And because of that, I went back to the shelf and grabbed the TC Electronic Third Dimensions. It's a great sounding, really affordable pedal, still out floating around on the market. And I played this.
Speaking of t-shirts, Pat's wearing that Leslie Sound t-shirt, which was our first series. And so I grabbed a pedal out of the first series, but a pedal that's not in that series yet because it just came out. The Rotary Ensemble RT-2 from Boss. Yeah, you're going to be seeing it on the channel soon. A couple people had already texted or left comments knowing that we would be getting to this pretty quickly. We might be recording it as soon as next week. So.
All right, so I grabbed another pedal, one we don't have a series on, but one that we just can't wait to do as well. We got in the MXR Phase 95 when our last shipment was Zzounds. I had not played it yet, so I grabbed this and played it, really kind of an airy chordal thing, and here it is.
So a lot of times people are like, well, why do you put the pedals on them? We can't hear the guitar. And, you know, I don't necessarily agree with that all the time. Because, I mean, like, how's the guitar react? Pedals, whatever. Started playing around with this pedal. And as I was playing around with it, flipping through the switch positions, I was like, trying to figure out which one I liked, realized they all sounded so different. So I did, again, with this pedal on, flip through the switches. You might ask, well, what pedal, stupid, can you show us? This is the Rubber Chicken. This is the Rubber Chicken from Lovepedal. It is an envelope filter, so it's from our Shakedown Sound series. If you go back and look at that series, you might see an orange Rubber Chicken on it. You might see a roasted red Rubber Chicken on it. This is...
He's got more rubber chickens than a circus clown.
Yeah, this is the yellow Rubber Chicken that actually just showed up recently. I bought it. There was a sale. I posted it on our Facebook page. I posted it on our YouTube channel to let people know that he was selling these for like $99 on sale. And after doing how many? We've done a ton of envelope filters. I'm still buying another one. So tells you what we think about this pedal.
All right, before we get into our final thoughts, we're going to do one next jam. And because I said I had played this out in a couple gigs, and speaking of love, it's like all love pedal tonight. I'm using a Dover drive on my one little travel board that I go out with. And this reacted, I thought, so well to kind of a higher gain pedal, if you will. I went and grabbed the Angry Orange off the shelf and didn't have the drive up too much, but there's a lot of sustain. There's a lot going on with this pedal. Paired it with the star of the show, Echo Tour. I was playing through the Tyler. What did you do?
Straight into the Fender. And because it's PRS, I decided to go all PRS. It is all PRS today, right?
Yeah.
This is the DGT SE. This is the one where we replaced the pickups with Porter pickups. This neck pickup, this neck Porter pickup split always sounds amazing. It's a really nice sound. So here's the jam. all the clips we have for you tonight. Final thoughts?
I do like this guitar. Shocker. Like I said, it performed really well for me. I played 2 gigs over the weekend, so it's still pretty fresh in my mind. I will say this, to be honest, because obviously I think everyone knows how we feel about PRS. We have a slew of them, from cores to imports to there's an S2 hanging back there that we're anxious to get into. I love the Narrowfields. We talked a little bit about them in the beginning. At times, the jury's out for me. At times, I'm playing the NF3, or even a couple times playing this. I'm like, man, they sound kind of dark. And then other times, like, man, they're really thick and really like sustained. So I liked it. The neck pickup and I would probably have to spend a little bit more time together and figure out. But I like the middle. I liked 4. I played 4. And I'm telling you, this 5815 S low turn, I have a core one in a McCarty 594, but mine doesn't split. So this pickup for me was one of the highlights of this guitar. Whether it was in full humbucker or split, I thought this sounded really, really great with drive a lot. I spent a lot of time on that pickup anytime I was playing with drive. I think it's great. The stuff that PRS is putting out from Indonesia, it just keeps getting better, and like you said, they're killing us. There's so many that hit the market just about the same time. And we were able to get a few of them, and I'm glad we got this one in. It's really nice.
For me, yeah, I like it too. All right, here's my one complaint. This tone knob, the split on this tone knob, is so hard to pull up. Now, I think that will loosen up over time. But I pulled down my McCarty because I never had a problem with that. Right. And what I found is part of it is the carve on the McCarty. It's just the little gap between the knob, and you can get your finger under there and pop it up real easy. And I think that's how I do it. It's just using one of my back fingers to pop it up. Oh my gosh, nitpicky. I'm sorry. But when we were trying to go through the pickups, I had to do like 37 takes because every time I went to pull this up, I couldn't pull it up.
And it's on loan, so you didn't want to rip the knob off.
I dropped my pick, and it was terrible. So anyway, but like I said, I think that will loosen up over time. At least I would assume it will loosen up over time. What else? Neck feels really familiar to me. Everything about the guitar I like. So let's focus on the thing that's different with this one, which is the pickups. When we did the Narrowfield, the NF3 video, I really liked that guitar, but it wasn't. I felt like it was a little darker than maybe it wasn't a Strat. Right. So if you're thinking, oh, this is like a Strat with a humbucker in it, right? I don't think it is. I don't think that's what you're going for here. So I think I had some preconceived notions then that thought they were dark. Tonight I really like these. They were, especially with the envelope filter, every position made the thing pop and trigger, which isn't always the case with pickups. Maybe I'm rambling. We had a week off here, 2 weeks off here. I spent the last week in Canada on a lake, so my head isn't back in the game yet. So apologize for that. But overall, man, I think it's really cool. I think as we dive into these 3 that we got, we're going to learn a bit more about this. We might do some comparisons. We might compare this to the NF3 because they both have the Narrowfields. I need to spend more time with these pickups before. Would you say the jury's out? I think, yeah. Yeah. I haven't decided where I fall on them yet. So would be interested to hear where you think. Now, you're just comparing it to it because in this video, but maybe we'll run it against another video. We can run it against the NF3 or we can run it against the Silver Sky. What do you want to hear? You want to hear these up against Silver Sky, up against what? And we could do that. We probably have that capability. So with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting the subscribe button, click the notification bell, leaving comments like Pat said at the beginning anytime you interact with the channel. It's what helps us interact with cool people in the industry. In this case, Zzounds. We've interacted with PRS several times. And that allows us to bring cool stuff in to share with you because no matter what, this is a pretty cool guitar. So that.
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear.